Hello traders, welcome to Trade Forex with Gabe, and this is another weekly Forex Forecast. My name is Gabriel Ujimadu, and we will be looking at market setups and trading opportunities and also the fundamentals of what is in stock for us for the week November 13th through to November the 17th. As always, I would like to start up with the economic calendar to see exactly what the markets hold or what the fundamentals are saying. And on Monday, we won't have anything so much to worry about from the fundamental side of data releases. But then we will start seeing volatility and a very important data, which is the CPI data, which measures inflation rate in the US. This is the biggest, one of the biggest news we should expect coming out from the market into the week. On Wednesday, we will see several other news like core PPI data, core retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing Index, PPI, and the retail sales. These are very important news, and it will increase also the volatility in the market. And then on Thursday, we will see employment change, employment rates, and unemployment claims coming out from Australia and then the US. And then on Friday, we will see a retail sales. So one of the highest impact news affecting the market for this week will be the core CPI data, all three month in month, and year in year. That's core CPI and the CPI data. So this is very important news, and we'll be walking you through market setups and how we should approach it into the week. For some of you who have been trading, the last 2 weeks has been one of a very tough week to trade in the Forex market as we see whipsaws across markets. But then I will also be walking us through all the setups we have for the week and also do a quick preview for the week's previous. So you'll see where we are in case you're still on those trades. So let's start by looking at currency strength outlook. And so far, what is really clear from the outlook into the week, you could see and you will see that really we don't have much of dominant currency across board. What we see is more or less neutrality in the currency meter. So this also is indicative of what I just said earlier. It's been a very tough 2 weeks trading the market. So most people, and I advise for the last 2 weeks, try to trade defensively. It's not always like this. Sometimes when traders are not careful, they just give back all their profits into the market. So there are indicators. The market always gives indications of what to expect into the week. But if you're not smart enough, you could fall into those traps and just lose out on all the profits you've made. So this week is one of those weeks again, and you could see here, we really don't have any dominant pair dominating across boards. But yes, we see USD moving from the negative side to the positive side. We also see Euro moving from the negative to the positive. Also, Swiss franc moving from the negative to the positive. What could this mean for the market? Is it possible we're back to risk off mode? So I will be walking you through that, and we'll be seeing exactly how all of this plays out. You'll see. So my best bets to trade into the week is Euro and the United States dollar. I will also be showing you trades on Swiss franc. Now you will recall that last 2 weeks we traded, we were on a risk-off mode until the dollar lost some strength. Also the Swiss franc, that's last week, and fell into the negative region of the currency strength outlook. But this week, you can see that we're back on a risk-off mode where safe haven assets are in high demand. All right. So, but then you can see the scores are not so high. So everyone can be treat carefully on that. But when we get to the chart, you will see exactly where we are and what this portends for anyone trading the market into this week. Best bets to match this up will be Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, NZD, and GBP. I'm still staying off Japanese yen because Japanese yen is also indicative of a risk of mode. So at any moment we could see the dollar, the Japanese yen, beginning to gain more strength in towards the positive side. So still on the screening list for me, I will focus to trade commodity pairs against the safe haven asset pairs, as it's indicative that we're going back into risk off mode. Now, top markets for me to trade is the USD pairs, as you can see from the previous slide. And then, but then you see that we have CPI data. So best pairs for me to trade will be USD CAD, GBP, USD. Sorry, this is GBP USD short. There's a mistake here. You can see that there's a mistake here. So I'll just try to correct that almost immediately. Okay. Um. Okay, sorry about that little mix-up. Have made that correction. So we will be seeing AUD USD short. And on Euro pairs, I like Euro pairs. That's Euro CAD to the upside, Euro GBP to the upside, Euro NZD. And then we have Swiss pairs. Swiss pairs, I will just give you a brief insight on what is expected there. They are not like my best pairs, but probably as the week runs by, I could take some trades on them. So if I'm looking at Swiss franc, that would be CAD Swiss franc to the downside, Euro Swiss franc to the downside, NZD Swiss franc to the downside, and GBP Swiss franc to the downside. If you recall, last 2 weeks, this was one of our interesting pairs we focused on into the week. Okay, so let's jump right in on the chart. All right, starting up with USD CAD. Let's start with the USD pairs. Now, if you recall, this was one of the pairs we were looking at about, I think, 2 weeks ago. And you recalled we were extremely glad for this signal we got here, this fantastic momentum breakout from this channel. And we started looking at the first targets at 1.40089. Then we had that sell-off on USD pairs. Well, I told you it could be that we'll just get a bounce around the upper boundary. Now, this is appearing to be so. So we'll watch out exactly how CPI data is going to affect this setup, but it's pretty much looking that the upper boundary is already holding. So I wouldn't want to preempt the market or predict or forecast exactly what data we will get on CPI. So what I'm going to look at is that I'm not looking to short dollar in any way. So I'm really bullish on dollar. So any sell-off to the downside after CPI and we get a bounce from the lower boundary, okay? So you see that there's a confluence around this zone, the upper boundary and also the red channel that you find here. So if we get after CPI data, we see any sell-off, this would be a fantastic place for me to look for long position into the next key area of 1.4008 level. Next on the list for GBP is on USD, sorry, is GBP USD. And if you look at the trade we have here, you can see that it's a really choppy market. From last week, we had a really bullish rally. And then, I mean, last 2 weeks and last week, we're having another sell-off. So look at it from the bigger picture. On the biggest picture, market has predominantly been structured to the downside, but then on H4, you will see that we're having no direction at all. But with what we saw from last week, the dollar regaining some strength, I'm looking to short this market. Okay, I'm looking to short this market, meaning I still expect more bullish rally on the dollar, which should push down pound sterling. So on risk off modes, pound sterling should sell off, and my target for that sell off will be around the 1.2095. So don't forget, this CPI data could go any way. So if we see CPI data release and we see some rally, into the upper boundary. So this will be another area for us to look for selling opportunities, okay? Back down, maybe now this time around into the previous low around here. So, but all of this, we have to watch out and see exactly how CPI data will play out. So you have to have trigger points, like I always say, when you're trading the market, have trigger points, have rules that if this breakout should occur, then I'm going in. If those don't happen, I don't see any reason to go in on those trades. And on USD pairs, the last pair I want to look at on USD pair, which is one of the ones I'm really going to be putting my eyes on, is AUD USD, AUD USD. So on AUD USD, look at it from the bigger perspective, bigger time frame. And what you'll see is that we're having which really structures to the downside. This is on daily time frame, okay? On daily time frame, even on weekly, maybe we'll see it more clearly on weekly time frame. You can see that we're really structured to the downside. Now, taking it down to H4 chart, despite the rally we had last week, price was unable to break higher from these key levels of resistance. So you can see it's pretty much the same setup we had on GBP USD. Now, much less, more or less, no direction, been really, really choppy from, this is about 4 weeks back. Let's even go all the way back. You can see how choppy the market has been, really don't have any direction. So this week, I'm looking for the strengthening of the dollar even further. And now if you look at this, this is looking like that trigger point. You can see how we got this nice breakout to the downside. So after CPI data and we get any rally or any correction up, I'm not looking to buy this trade at all. I mean, buy this pair. I'm looking to short it all the way down to 0.6211 level. Now, some of you may ask, how about Euro USD? Now, you recall that on our analysis or based on the currency strength meter, we had euro is strong, dollar is strong. So it's usually not best to trade in the same direction when you have two pairs looking up to be strong. So, but then let's go back to what Euro USD has for us. You will also see that it's pretty much the same setup as we had on GBP USD, AUD USD. Now, if you also recall, and you've been following my analysis, you will recall that we were able to see this setup, and we said on a long-term basis, we expect to see more sell-off on Euro USD to the downside. And I gave you all of those levels. So this week could be one of those weeks we could see on a risk-off mode, you know, dollar should strengthen better than euro. So all of this we are going to watch out and see exactly how it plays out. So you can have those trigger points. You can see right now we're having one of them here. So if price begins to break below this level, this will be an interesting place to start looking for those short trades. Okay, I'm not looking to buy this trade at all. So but you see, it wasn't in our key top forex market setups for the week. Okay, so now let's look at euro pairs, and I would like to start with euro card. With euro card, just a moment, let's go down to euro card. Just a moment, let's look for it here. Where are you? Sometimes these things just get to hide. There you are. Okay. All right. So Eurocard was one of those pairs we traded last week. Okay, we traded this pair last week, and I gave you the trigger points. If you recalled, I gave you the trigger points. So last week was where we have this blue line, yes, and the trigger points was we wanted to see a breakaway from this red channel. Now that happened, and we didn't get to our profit targets, which was 1.4797, but I think we really made a good price, give us nice momentum to the upside. So you could see that breakout with momentum. We had a retest around here, and then we had nice momentum to the upside, but it fell short to reach our profit target. Then we had a sell-off again, and we're having another bullish rally. So let's see what the week holds. I believe price will definitely take out the profit target of 1.4797, and if we get an extension, that extension will even rally towards 1.4821 level. So that's Euro CAD. I will also be doing a review of most of the pairs we traded last week. Some of you traded it, and just to do a quick review so you have an idea exactly where those trades are right now. Next trade we're looking at on Euro pairs is Euro GBP. Now, this is another interesting pair. Look at it from the bigger time frame. We had this fantastic breakout to the upside after price smashed through the upper boundary of this channel. We had the nice retest, we had a rally, and now we had another consolidation. So if you look at it from the H4 pattern, H4 time frame, you will see it's looking more like a bullish flag, and we seem to be having that breakout already. So as much is desired to be seen on this, we could have a new correction to make a retest before we start rallying up to 0.8817 level. So these trades are valid, nice setups, and it's supportive of what the indicators are saying on a forward-looking basis. And next is Euro NZD. Euro NZD. This is another interesting pair where we're looking at into the week. And you could see that right now what we are looking at is on daily time frames. This is bullish, really. It structures to the upside. And what we're looking for is just a moment. All right, so you will see here what we're expecting. The trigger point will be a break to the upside. So let's take it down to a lower time frame of H4. And you will see here, I'm not looking to sell this trade in any way. I'm looking for bullish setup. So if you look closely, it looks more like an ascending triangle here. So my trigger will just be to see a break from this upper boundary, which is clear on the D1. All right, so target is to trade into 1.8357 level. So Euro pairs, USD pairs are my favorite, but of course, we still have some pretty much good setups on Swiss franc. So let's look at some Swiss franc pairs, starting with Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. So let me get to CAD CHF, and we will see what we have there. Just a moment. Okay, there you are. So CAD CHF, one of those pairs we traded, I think, about 2 weeks ago. Yes, 2 weeks ago, we were looking for a sell to the downside. Now, we anticipated price to rally up to this side, to this level before making a drop. You know, I told you I'm not looking to buy this trade anyway. In any case, I'm just looking for a sell opportunity towards the downside. So we're still looking for price to break this lower boundary. Let's make it clearer on daily time frame. You will see this. We're still expecting price to break lower below 0.6487 level. So you could keep that on the watch list as you trade into the week. Next interesting setup on Swiss franc is AUD Swiss franc. On AUD Swiss franc, okay, recall again, we traded this pair, I think 2 weeks ago again. And, you know, we've been expecting price to rally up to the upper boundary before making a sell-off. So price gave us that indication that we're going to make some nice correction after this inverse head and shoulder. So from last week, we're seeing that correction, that reversal already happening. So I would like to see some level of correction. You see how we sold off last week. So if any correction to the upside without breaking the highs, will be an interesting point to sell off towards the 0.5688 level. That's Australian dollar, Swiss franc. Now, let's also look at NZD Swiss franc. NZD Swiss franc, okay? NZD Swiss franc again was one of the trades we have been anticipating. to trade. I pulled out that Fibonacci tool. We saw a rally. We were looking for, sell in any of these levels, either 38, 50, 61. So we see that the resistance is being respected at the 61.8 level. So we're selling down, already selling off. Look at it on the bigger time frame. So we're selling off to the downside towards the last low again, that's 0.5184 level. Let's see how that plays out. But recall, this has been one trade that has been on the watch list for us, and I think everything is setting up to achieve the goal into the future. And last is GBP Swiss franc. Now GBP Swiss franc, again, one of those trades we looked at some previous weeks ago, and you could see it's coming back under the radar. We had that indicator that we will be seeing some correction. Right now, again, we're having something looking like a head and shoulder pattern. So once this head and shoulder pattern is completed, this is on H4, okay, in case you want to replicate this chart. You'll see we had this breakout from this channel. So if with this breakout, I really expect price to sell off into the profit target. So I gave it to you in layers. So we have 1.0954. Next level is 1.0806, and the last one is 1.05508 level. So this trade is already gearing up for another potential sell-off, and I will be keeping my eyes on it. Just get your what do you call it, alert systems ready. So somewhere around here, so I would like to set up some alarm system. Once that happens, like to start selling off. Okay, let's look at some of the trades also from last week. If you recalled, we traded card pairs precisely. It was the weakest pair, and we traded it against these pairs. AUD card, we had interest rate decisions. So let me take you through these pairs: AUD card, Euro card, GBP card, and NZD cards, because those were the pairs we traded last week. Okay, so AUD card, just a moment again. I have this thing saved, so it's important to go through it this way so I don't lose my analysis. So on AUD card, we expected, just a moment, on H4. So we're expecting that breakout to the upside. This was where the week started, the blue line. Okay, so we're expecting bullish rally, but this didn't come true. Interest rate decisions came in, and this was already priced in. So the interest rate decision pretty much did not affect the pair. But I believe this will be coming back under the radar soon, because the profit target for this channel should be achieved. Okay, so you could see there we didn't get the trigger for this trade. Anyway, we didn't get that trigger because the trigger was supposed to be price breaking above the 0.8901 level. Okay, let's look at EuroCard again. Also, EuroCard was one trade we also considered last week. So let's look at it. Yeah, EuroCard. Okay, it also came up today. Sorry. So this is it's already analyzed. So I won't be going back to that again. So GBP card. Let's look at GBP card. So EuroCard is coming back again under the radar for the week. But GBP card last week, what happened? All right. So last week, we got that momentum breakout, but then we saw it selling off again. So we were expecting price to break above this level and into our key level of 1.7050. That breakout happened, I think, around Thursday. Yes, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Wednesday we saw that breakout, but then we started having the sell-off again. So price could make a bounce from the lower boundary and begin or resume the bullish rally again into our key level. So this trade is still, in case you still have it on, maybe you could just close it as a minimal loss, or you want to wait it out. But the technicals is still saying we should expect more bullish rally to the upside. And lastly, it's NZD card. NZD card is the last pair we analyzed the previous week. Let's see exactly what happened. So on NZD card, if you recall, what we're looking at with the major key analysis was from the daily time frame, where we looked at price failing to swing lower than the last low. And to the upside, we're expecting price in the course of the week to break the last high. So all of this did not happen. So we didn't see that trigger we expected we didn't see this trigger to go into any trade. So there was no swing low to give us a lower low, and we didn't see price breaking the swing high here to give us that the downtrend has failed. So we're still in the play. So we will keep an eyes on this. At the meantime, what we see here is that it appears we're having a breakaway from this channel pattern, and price is setting up to sell to the lower side. Right now, what you can see is again looking more like a double top. You see that? It's looking more like a double top, which also confirms that this these channels have broken. We have the breakout, a retest. So if price begins to break below this level, we will be seeing that sell-off, that needed sell-off. And that sell-off could, let's see how far it could go. Could take us all the way here. Okay, so let's see, did this correspond to any key level? Yeah, it corresponded to a major key level. You see that? So the price profit targets will be somewhere around there. Okay, to the downside. So that's it. Okay, traders, it's been a long one. I want to wish you a fantastic trading week into this new week. It's been, if you've not given back money to the account, then that's really good, because it's been a really tough week. We've seen much whipsaws in the market, but then trade defensively. The market is setting up again for very nice opportunities as we come to the close of the year. Okay, traders, this is it from my trading decks. I wish you all the best. Until next week again, have a pleasant week ahead. Bye-bye.